Assalamu alaikum, dear students. This is Ariful Islam Khan, lecturer, Department of English, Milestone College. Today I will take a poetry class. I have selected 3 poems for today's class. First of all, I will talk about the poem Traffic Police. It is very common to you. Okay, first I want to clarify the main idea of this poem. The poem Traffic Police is a wonderful poem where we see the hard responsibilities of traffic police. The traffic police is the speaker himself in this poem. He stands on the road and controls the traffic by stretching his hands. For him, we are safe on the road. Okay, again, he sometimes educates people about traffic rules and we wear them. He does not care what the weather is. He stands on the road in the sun or in the rain. He is very responsible about his job. But there is no one who can observe his plight on the road. It is very clear to us that the traffic police is very important figure in our city life. Okay, now I want to show you some of the unknown vocabularies which are used in this poem. First of all, we'll know the meaning of this vocabulary, then we'll go through the poem. Okay. See the vocabulary, midst, into the middle of surrounding or something. Okay, stretching, to extend one's body, like this. Beware, to be on one's guard. Erratic, having no fixed course. Erect, standing up. Plight, an unfortunate situation. Vigil, a period of wakefulness. Agile, having an adaptable character. Fiddle, to move the hands or fingers restlessly. Unpredictable, not able to be known. Swerve, to cause to turn aside or deviate. Ache, to suffer pain. Okay, we have completed our unknown vocabularies or some vocabularies which are used in the poem. Now we'll go through the poem. See the first stanza. Midst killer speeds I stand, facing the traffic, stretching my hand. I am seen on kids' book and as cartoons everywhere, educating people and asking them to beware of the erratic traffic and the signboards seen on almost all the roads. Okay, in the first stanza, we are introduced to traffic police. The traffic police has to stand in front of the vehicles of the deadly speed. He is found in the kids' book. He instructs people about traffic rules and problematic vehicles. Okay, in the first stanza, we have a common idea about a traffic police. Come to the next stanza. So that you are safe, I see each one of you, but my sweat, my plight on the road sees who? But it's sunny or rainy. Be it sunny or rainy, for your safety I must be vigil and agile. On the middle, standing erect, as fit as a fiddle. Okay, in this stanza, we are seeing that here a traffic police cares for our safety. There is no one to observe his sufferings. He is on duty whether it is a good or bad environment. He stands straightly on the road like a strong man to direct the cars or to make sure our safety. Okay, come to the last stanza. Oh, my ear hurts. Oh, my head aches. Oh, look at the weather. Such unpredictable days. I cannot swerve. I must be on duty. I care for your safety. Be it noisy or dusty, be it sunny or rainy, I must be on duty. I care for your safety. Okay, in this last stanza, in the final stanza, it's being informed that a traffic police, like others, suffers from headaches, his ear hurts, he has no option to avoid his duty in spite of facing a lots of problems. Rather, he performs his duty for our safety, staying at dust and noise. This poem is about a young boy who hates going to school. He can't focus in his class because he wants so badly to play outside and enjoy the weather. He feels like a songbird trapped in a cage whenever he is in a school. Toward the poem's end, the boy wonders how children can grow and thrive if they are not allowed to enjoy the summer. And this is the main theme of this poem. Now we'll go through the poem. Before starting the poem, now we need to know some of the words meaning which are used in this poem. The first one, distant, which means away. Huntsman, mean hunter. Winds, a natural movement of air. Horn, animal horn, which is used as a wind instrument. Skylark, a type of bird. Company, association with another person. Mellowing, tender and sweet because of ripeness. Outward, no longer useful. Dismay, upset. Sighing, to take a deep audible breath. The next one, delight, which means pleasure. Bore, dwelling place. Dreary, reflecting discouragement. Tender, loving. Youthful, freshness of youth. Buds, a small stem of a plant. Blossoms, the state of bearing flower. Strived, to deprive of possession. Dismay, to cause to lose courage. Appear, come in sight. Okay, we have already finished some of the vocabularies, unknown vocabularies which are used in the poem. Now we'll go through the poem. See the first stanza. I love to rise in a summer morn, when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! In such a way, the poet starts his poem. The young narrator speaking on his idle morning, how he wants his morning. He waits and hears the birds and the distant huntsman blowing his horn. He loves to rise in a summer morn and hear the birds singing on every tree. Further, in the distance, he can hear the horn of huntsman and the singing of skylark, who seems to sing only for him. In such a way, these are the types of companies he desires in his summer morn. This is when he is the happiest person, whenever he finds this type of environment surround him. Okay, come to the next stanza. But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outward, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Okay, in this stanza you see whenever he is deprived of his environment, happiest moment, he is forced to go to school, to leave his peaceful sanctuary and go to school for his formal learning. In that case, he is forced to rise on a summer morn and he is unable to stay in his favorite place wherever he desires. He bemoans from the depth of his heart, and like him, the other children also suffer this way, and they do not want to leave their environment. They do not want to sacrifice this natural task for the formal learning. Okay, they are stuck inside in sighing and dismay. Okay, in such a way, we have finished our second stanza. Come to the next one. Then, at times I dropping sit and spend many an anxious hour, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shower. In such a way, we have finished our third stanza. Here the young speaker continues on, telling the reader more about his miserable days at school. He sits dropping hunched over in his seat. He takes no pleasure in school work and is anxiously waiting for the end of the day. He cannot even take delight in his book or sit in learning's board, as it has been all worn through by rain. It is clear from these lines that the child is not averse to learning in general. He appreciates reading and understands the joys that can be gained from encompassing oneself within the border or sanctuary of learning. It is only the structure of school he cannot stand. Okay, in such a way we have finished our third stanza. Come to the next one. How can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but drop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? Okay, here you see, in the fourth stanza of the Schoolboy, the speaker questions his reader, demanding an answer to a rhetorical question. He pleads with whoever is listening and asks how a bird that is born for joy, referring to himself or others that think like him, be asked to sit in a cage and sing. He knows that he was made to learn, read and write, but he cannot do so in school, a place he considers equal to a cage. He now turns to beg one on behalf of the other children, that he makes the case for all those trapped indoors. He professes to worry for their well-being and the fact that while they are inside, their tender wings dropping, they are forgetting the spring of their youth. These children, just like he is, are missing out on the joys of being a child. So he desires a place. He wants to be touched with the nature, and he is representing the other children of his age. Okay, come to the next stanza. Here we are finding a request to our parents, to the child's parents. See, O father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay. Okay, in this stanza you see, in the fifth stanza of this poem, the speaker turns to address his parents as he sees them like the ones that could possibly change his situation. If only he can convince them to see things his way. In this stanza, he presents them with the reasons why they should not force him to go to school. He speaks about his own childhood joys as being birds that are being nipped and blossoms that are blowing away. His happiness is delicate like the tender plants, and he should not have to be subject to sorrow and care's dismay. At his young age, he need not feel so unhappy when he is only a child. Okay, come to the next stanza. How shall the summer arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? Or how shall we gather what griefs destroy, or place the mellowing year when the blast of winter appear? Okay, in such a way, in the sixth stanza you see, in the fifth stanza we have some of the requirements. So if all of the things stated in the fifth stanza happen, if he is indeed stripped of his joy and given sorrow in return, then how can his parents expect the appearance of fruit in the summer? They should, he states worry that due to their choices, he will never be the same. He will be unable to stand the blast of winter when they appear. While this poem did appear, the poet tries to make a contrast relationship with the formal learning, and this way he has stated his philosophy through this poem. Okay, we all know whenever we were a child, in that case we disliked going school, leaving all of our surroundings, but for the demand of our materialistic world, we need to go to school, we need to advance ourselves for our future security. Okay, now we'll talk about the another poem, the last one, She Walks in Beauty. Okay, this poem, She Walks in Beauty is a short 18-line poem celebrating a female beauty. The beauty of the woman the speaker describes is in both her external appearance and her inner goodness. Although it might generally be classified as a love poem, the poet never actually declares his love in this poem. He concentrates on the subject's captivating attractiveness and purity. Okay, now we'll go through the poem. See the first stanza. She walks in beauty, like the night of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellowed to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. Okay, here you see she is beautiful. The person whom the poet is addressing in this poem, she is beautiful in the same way that night is beautiful, and as she has tends to add, he means a particular kind of night, one of cloudless climes and starry skies. There is no threat of a storm in his imagined landscape. There are no clouds to produce even a shower. Such a night is not really dark, for as readers are told, the sky is filled with stars. Their light is soft and subdued. Similarly, the dark lady has tender eyes, as unlike those of less subtle women, as the light of a starry night is from that of gaudy day. Okay, in such a way, the poet has described the beauty, and he compared her beauty to the adorned natural environment. In the next stanza, you see, one shade the more, one ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven trees, or softly lightens over her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. Okay, in this stanza, you see, the poet reflects on the balance in the woman's beauty. One shade the more, one ray the less, would hinder the nameless grace which surrounds her. He then turns to her inner life, seeing her external beauty as an expression of thoughts that dwell in a place, perhaps her mind or her beautiful head and face, both pure and dear. Okay, come to the last one. And on that cheek and over that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tale of the days in goodness spent, a mind at peace with all value, a heart whose love is innocent. Okay, in such a way he has finished the poem, and in the final stanza, returns to her face, but again sees the silent expression of peace and calm in her cheek, brow and smiles. Her pleasant facial expressions eloquently but innocently express her inner goodness and peacefulness. Dear students, I hope you have properly understood these three poems I have discussed today. And if you have any type of confusion, you must contact with your subject teachers. and I am expecting you have enjoyed today's class. Thank you very much for watching this video. Allah Hafiz.